Joe, this next caller, Jason, it says that he's standing for his marriage and his wife left. There is an affair involved. So let me pull Jason up. Jason, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
How may we help you, Jason?
Well, we separated for about a week. We've been together 7 years. We have 2 children together. And I thought the marriage was pretty good. Now, the person involved was a coworker who was also my best friend, who she got involved with. Claims it's not an affair, claims they're not a thing, but I know that's not the truth.
Right.
She says she wants to focus on her and the kids only, and that's it. Yet there's things being posted on Facebook and all these things that I know she's lying about. I'm not.
Now, when you
I'm
say
trying
you,
not to
when
bring
you
it up
say
to
you
her.
know she's lying and you know this is not the truth, how do you know?
Well, she's already told me that she loves him, but she's also said that she is in love with me, and but she's also given up because of the problems that we had in the past, and she was not willing to work on us. She was ready to go to marriage counseling, and then the day after, I had this epiphany, basically, where I knew I had to tell her so I could fix my marriage about my porn addiction, and I wanted to fix that so we could address that and fix our problem. After I told her that, that's when we separated. And now I'm back home for the kids, but things are very difficult. I'm not sure how to contact with her. Last night we had a conversation. She hugged me, but she also then blew up at me, and I don't know.
Okay, if I may ask, what happened that caused the blow up? What happened that caused her to blow up?
Well, I was getting on her, so we have an iPad, and my son, I was cooking dinner, and I was going to Netflix, and her pictures were open, and I ran into, unfortunately, pictures I really wish I never saw.
Are these pictures the reason that you know that they're involved with each other? Are the pictures giving you that knowledge? Okay. And so she blew up because of the fact that, and she accused you of prying and that you were violating her space and all those kinds of things when she blew up. Is that correct?
To an extent, yes. She also said she just doesn't care anymore what people think. She's lashing out at everybody. And she's basically said that our marriage hasn't been good for a long time, and I wasn't meeting her needs, so she found him somewhere else.
Okay.
So and she doesn't want to work on us.
So how can we help you?
After I admitted the porn addiction.
So how can we help you today, my friend? What's the specific question, if I may ask?
Well, I'm standing for my marriage, but when we converse, things get heated, and should I let her contact me? Because even though we're in the same house, she wants to talk about things, and I don't know how to go about it without being hurt, or even because she knows when I'm hurt, even if I don't say it or try not to show it. And I want us to work, but I don't know how to go about it. And I'm trying to get her to the workshop, and I want to, but I can't get her to agree to anything, not even counseling.
Okay. So right now, she's got herself convinced that she doesn't want to be with you, but she did let you come home because of the fact that she cares about the kids. Is that correct? That's what I heard you say, right? Okay. And in the conversations, does she start the conversations or do you?
That time I did, but it's mostly, a lot of it's her starting a conversation to an extent.
Okay. And when she starts a conversation, what is she talking about? What are the gist of the conversation?
She asks me what's wrong, and she's like, I care about you. I want to know. I want to help. I want to be there. And I tell her, just don't worry about it. I'll be fine. And then she just keeps prying, and then eventually.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that you're fine and she shouldn't worry about it when that's not true?
Because when I tell her about what's wrong, she gets very defensive and angry, and then starts to blame me for all of this, and says if I never lied to her about the addiction for so long, maybe we could have worked things out.
Well, yeah, you understand that the porn addiction is not a good thing, obviously, but you also understand that didn't lead to what's going on right now, right?
Sorry, what was that?
The porn addiction is not a good thing. Okay, but you understand that what's going
Right.
on now is not a result of the fact that you've been watching pornography. You are aware of that, correct?
I'm very aware, and I told her I'm actually getting counseling and
Okay.
going to a lot of things to recover from that addiction.
Okay. In these conversations, may I suggest here's what you try. When she starts a conversation and she says, what's wrong? Rather than going into detail, first of all, if it were I, now you make your own decisions, you decide what you must do. But if it were I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't say, I'm okay, I'm fine, don't worry about it, because that's not the truth. If it were I'd say something like this: well, I'm hurt because I love you. And then I wouldn't elaborate. I wouldn't explain any further than that. If she asked further questions like, well, tell me why you're hurt, be careful not to put it in the realm of her, like, well, because of the fact that you're in love with another guy. Because once you put it in the realm of talking about her behavior, then the most natural thing that people do is to become defensive. Therefore, if you're
Right.
going to try to avoid that, and I'm not saying that you 100% can, but if you're going to try to avoid that, what you do, rather than saying, well, I'm hurt because you're in love with this other guy, what you say is, I'm hurt because of the fact that I love you so much and I wish we could work this out. So you always put it in the framework or the realm of what you feel rather than what she's doing. Now, that does not mean that she necessarily won't become defensive, but it decreases the likelihood that she'll become defensive. And so my recommendation, my suggestion,
Okay.
you do what you think is right, but my suggestion is be honest, but be careful not to appear to be attacking her. And if she says something like, well, we wouldn't be in this situation if it hadn't been for your porn, just say, I'm sorry that hurt you. I'm getting that worked on. Period. I wouldn't go to, the more you
Okay.
try to explain, the more likelihood there's going to be a discussion here where you go back and forth. And really, I'm thinking what you really want to accomplish here is for her to continue to care about what you feel without feeling she has to defend herself, without feeling she has to attack you. Because the more she can think, wow, he is hurting, I am part of this hurt, without you beating her up with that, or even if she feels she's being beaten up with that, the greater the likelihood that you could potentially turn this thing around. Now, you've got a long way to go. I understand that. And things are pretty rough right now. And I'm not going to try to smooth it over by saying that they're not. But I think if you try those techniques right now, they will work to your advantage. Maybe not immediately, but they have a much greater likelihood of working that way in the long run. Give it a try, my
Okay.
friend. It certainly can't
And-
hurt. Mhm.
Right. This is the last thing. I'll be really quick about it. I know
Okay.
you're on time. She has told me multiple times that she still loves me with everything, and she is very still much in love with me.
Mhm.
When she says those things, I know she means it.
Yes.
Now, I don't know when she says those things, does that mean? And she's also told me she's conflicted. I don't know how to take that. If I need to just acknowledge that or just be hopeful. And
Well, it's good news. It's a whole lot better than if you weren't conflicted, which is why I was suggesting the methodology that I did. If you can say things in such a way where it shows you're hurt because she still cares about you, without her feeling she's being attacked or judged, then it increases the likelihood that her positive emotions towards you are like, wow, I need to stop hurting this man. I'm glad that she still is in that state where she still does love you and she still does care about you. I'll guarantee you there's a ton of people listening and watching right now that would trade places with you in a heartbeat. Now, I know it's tough on you, and I'm not trying to say it's not bad, but I would take hope in that. But just remember, speak in terms of you and what you feel, and try not to do anything to make her feel attacked or defensive, my friend. Okay?
okay,
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
all right.